Hi, I'm Steve Tattersall with Antares Tile out of Boulder, Colorado. Today I'm going to be installing the quick drain Showerline PVC drain. I'm going to be using it against the wall. The floor will slope from the break in where the glass is towards the back wall. I'll be cutting out all of the subfloor and using their thin structural fiberglass panels. The panel's 3/8 of an inch thick as opposed to the 3/4 of an inch subfloor with the 1/4 inch backer that's going to go on the rest of the floor. That gives me 1 inch here to a 3/8 of an inch drop over here. There will be a bench that I'm going to start framing over here. I'll frame the bench, cut out all the floor, and show you how all of this installs. So with the floor removed, I'm fortunate that I'm breaking where I needed my bench to locate. I'm breaking on a joist here. I have maybe a 1/4 of an inch over there of joist to rest this on. I'm going to sister another stud up against that to give me just a little bit more, to grab onto. These corrugated fiberglass panels go perpendicular to your floor joists. You don't need any more backing than that. I'm going to sister that up. I'm also fortunate in that I'll be able to hook the drain and do all of that work from underneath the house in the crawl space. If you don't have that luxury, I'll show you how you put your first panel in. You can hook up your drain, then your other panels from there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these to size, and we'll install the corrugated panels. So I've notched out my floor joists. I've put blocking in to help support the fiberglass panel. It's going to go all the way up to the wall. I'm going to cut a slot out of the panel to accommodate the drain. The drain sits on top of this fiberglass reinforced panel. The drain fits flush up to your framing. They've left enough room here for your 1/2 inch backer board and your tile, and the drain cover will go on that. Your tile will go down all the way to the drain. I'm going to go ahead and take the panel, notch it out, put it in place. These panels are tongue and groove. There's a groove in this tall ridge, and then here is the tongue. So I'll be installing these from this direction out so I can lay the next panel on top. If you weren't able to get to your drain from underneath the house, you would take care of all of this, install the first panel, put your drain on top, screw your drain to your framing, to your joists. Then you can reach underneath here and get to your no-hub coupling to hook your plumbing up, and then lay the rest of the panels down. You can work your way out if you don't have access from underneath the house. When I cut the slot for the drain, I noticed that this flange part of the drain wasn't supported on a high point of this corrugated fiberglass. So I took a cut out of the inside. I took the back piece, which is all in one piece, supports the ends. I took another cut out of there. I'll slide that into place and screw my drain down. I've got all that end, the floor joists, and all this end to screw it down. I'm going to finish this off with the rest of my panels. Then I put up the backer board around the sides. So much easier to put your backer board on now, and you have to for the waterproofing, because it's all flat on the floor. You don't have to worry about cutting your board to a slope or anything like that. So there's where I am next. So I've screwed down the fiberglass reinforced panels. The kit comes with screws, and beware they're a square head. You'll want to be sure that you have that square head driver. Onto the joists. These fiberglass panels come with an etched line every 5 rows, and that's where your screws are to be located. I have the drain screwed down in place, and my screws all hit wood behind. A screw won't bite into this fiberglass if you're trying to screw your drain just down into the glass. That's not going to fly. I've put blocking under this wood also to give an extra support to this part of the fiberglass panel. I've raised my subfloor up 1/4 of an inch, which is what my backer board is going to be down here. So when I screed across, I've got the 1/4 inch here. It's going to come to the top of the drain. I'm going to remove the clamping collar when I do this. Make sure that this is all watertight. Be sure to leave all of this green protective wrap on here. I like to use the 4-to-1 Mape mud bed mix. It's an excellent product, and when you get that in here and in all of this fiberglass, it's just as rigid as can be. So I'm going to mix that up now and screed across this, and I'll be done for the day. So the pan is all poured. I let it dry overnight. I put a fan on it just to encourage it drying and make sure that it was going to be dry. And I'm going to start my waterproofing now. Quick Drain sells inside corners, outside corners. The kit, if you let them know that it's going to be a liquid waterproofing, I like the Mape Aqua Defense, is the best that I've found. There are different waterproofing kits that come with it. You're going to get the tape that's going to go all the way around. It's going to go up your corners. They have a curb kit, which is like this, that goes over your curb, which I cut in half so that I'll be able to accommodate my top of my bench. I'm going to tape my seams. I'm going to tape my edges. I put down 1 layer of the liquid waterproofing, then the tape, and another light coat over the tape till you see that it's completely saturated. I'm going to let that dry and put a second coat over everything. And all your waterproofing is done and you're ready for tile. I'm also going to peel the outside edge of my drain cover here, leaving the inside part. And I'm going to tape over my corner, and I'm going to tape all around the edges. When I get back and put the clamping bar back on again, then I'll be able to open up the inside. But remove this outside edge and get your tape covering everything. So this is the first coat. I've taped all of my edges. I've taped all of the corners. I've gone all the way around. I'm 6 inches up on the walls. I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to put a fan on it while I'm doing some other work in the bathroom, and it dries to a dark green, and then you're ready for your second coat. It'll be to your advantage to pre-fold the fiber tape that goes around just like you would drywall tape. It makes it a little easier to apply. Also, when this dries, it dries very hard, and you want to avoid any sort of lumps and bumps and drips. You get a drip on there, it's going to be a high spot, you go to scrape it off, now you've only got 1 coat. So be conscientious about how you lay it on and how smooth you get it. So upon completion of all of the tile and grout and your job is nearly complete, you'll cut your drain cover to length going across. These are the spacers that fit onto the drain, so you can adjust the height of the drain cover to the rest of your tile. They too are PVC, and you can glue. There's little extensions that are 1/8 of an inch thick, so you can adjust the height of your drain cover. And I suggest that once you have found the height that you want, use your PVC glue and glue these little lifting feet on top of this piece here. I've been known to pull the drain off and the little spacers fall out, they go down the drain in the trap, and they're real difficult to get out. And then these snap into place on the drain cover. When you have them on the drain cover, and there's your finished piece. And also this tile that's on the corner, I like to drop down into the drain as opposed to just getting lazy and cutting it straight across. It gives you just a little bit more protection from water so that it's not going back up behind your tile. So again, I'm Steve Tattersall with Antares Tile out of Boulder, Colorado. If you would like any more information on these drains and installation, I can be contacted through my website, which is antarestile.com, ANTARES. If you would like to order one of these drains, I can be contacted through that same website, and I'd be happy to give you pricing. Let me know your project, your width of shower framing, and I'll be happy to get prices to you and availability and get these drains to you. Thank you very much.